Friends, come in quickly. Come in. You'll be safe in here. Elon cannot get to you. I know we have a history of letting people get away with things because it doesn't happen anymore. I mean, all right, for confession, you're right. We as a church in general have a horrible track record of letting rich people get away with murder. Sometimes, yeah, even that. We're not proud of that. And that's one of the issues that the Abbey of the Internet wants to address. We are fully non-for-profit, and we are here to do the Lord's work. That has also got a lot of baggage with it. We're trying to be very intentional here and want to make this a safe, ecumenical, welcoming place for all. So, yep, you're right. Church has done a lot of things, like probably would have let Elon Musk, I don't know, do a lot of stuff. But this Abbey is not for sale. This Abbey is a space for you and I to encounter our very souls. So take good care. And we're not signing off. Sorry, that was just a true confession. True confession. There's chaos going on out there all over the place. It is a filthy, horrible internet. But you do not need me to tell you that. You know all too well. But here's what you do need me to tell you. We have tools that we have to offer you. The first one, my friend, is stability. You need that. You don't look so good. And I don't mean to be offensive. This is a hard time. It offers you civility. Another thing out there is lacking. I could prattle on all day about how brilliant Saint Benedict was, about how this speaks to our time, but the fact is he didn't write it for our time. He wrote it in response to his time, which was as chaotic and inhospitable as our very own, though we do have plumbing, and that makes it way more tolerable. So I would like to offer you a few really practical tools that you can take with you when you leave the Abbey, and it'll give you some spiritual food to work with until you come back. How's that sound? So our first practice, to address stability. You cannot control the times that you are living in. You can control your response to them, and you can control what you let in. And this is where the first practice is going to come into play. I'm asking you to be intentional about your consumption of social media. Your scroll, they call it a feed. They're feeding you. I want you to think about that. Someone, somewhere, is literally feeding you something in hopes that you don't think about it. You just eat it all up. It's really creepy. So, second practice that we're going to work on will be to address all of the incivility in the world. Now, here on the Abbey, we do things a little bit differently. Part of the rule talks about how we should interact with one another. We are constantly looking for the divine within each other. There's actually kind of a weird little contest where we try to be more respectful than the brother or sister that we are addressing. And it may sound kind of nuts, but I gotta tell you, it's really pleasant. So I realized that works really well here because we're all playing by the same rules, yes? However, it doesn't work always outside the confines of the Abbey. Here's gonna be your tool. For this week, give it a go. We're gonna call this the assumption of goodwill. So this assumption of goodwill is how you will address it. You're going to walk in to a room and assume or a coffee shop, whatever, that everyone around you wants good things for you. They probably do. Do you ever just meet someone where you're like, I want bad for you? I hope not. And if so, we should probably have another session just to talk about that. You can leave your questions in the comments and we can get back to those. Hopefully that's not a thing for you. So try this as you go about your day-to-day interactions at the coffee shop, at school, at work. What if you just assume everybody wants good things for you? Right, give it a go. I must leave you now, friends. I've got to go off and get ready for prayers. But please, if you have questions from Mother Simeon Port, Abbess of the Internet, drop those in the comments and we'll get to those. There's a lot of content here, a lot to learn. And until we meet again, don't forget, you'll die. No, I didn't mean that. Remember, you'll die. And don't forget to live. Goodbye.